Dabo Swinney has had enough of his craziness over the last couple of years, taking shots at the way the NIL deals are coming and how much players are making, and that this shouldn't be going on, that players shouldn't get paid because this portal thing has been affected and is affecting the NCAA. My question to Dabo Swinney is, why is every time he speaks to the press, he has a complaint? Dabo, you haven't won anything since Trevor Lawrence. And even when you had Trevor Lawrence, you haven't won in over 5 or 6 years. It's been crazy. And Clemson is a shell of what they were. Dabo Swinney needs to learn how to keep his 2 cents to himself. And the reason why I would say that is Dabo has always thrown himself under the bus. I believe Dabo Swinney didn't get that job from Alabama because of his big mouth. Alabama, everybody thought that Dabo Swinney was going to take over for Nick Saban when Nick Saban was going to step down. He was one of the names that they were interviewing and talking about over the last couple of months before they decided to go elsewhere for the job. Dabo Swinney never was going to get that job. And one of the main reasons why Alabama probably wasn't going to hire him is because of his big mouth. And Dabo, as good of a coach as he is, and he is a good coach. Anybody that thinks that Dabo Swinney isn't a good coach doesn't know college football. He is a good coach. He knows how to recruit players. He's very good at doing that. The problem with Dabo Swinney over the last couple of years is the players that he's been recruiting are not players that are going to get him over the hump. He has not recruited a good quarterback. Since Trevor Lawrence and obviously Deshaun Watson, he has not found a quarterback that was going to take over for this ACC Clemson team. And now the Clemson Tigers are a team that is expected to have somewhat of a decent season in the ACC, but the ACC is not a very strong conference. Florida State is by far the best team in this conference. But Florida State is rebuilding too. They lost a lot of pieces in the offseason to the draft. They lost their starting quarterback who went to the Jets. They lost their top 2 defensive players that went
to wide receivers.
It went to the Rams. So they're rebuilding too. So the ACC is rebuilding now. It's really going to be the SEC that you're going to be watching again this year. I expect Georgia to be good again this year. Alabama they have a very good recruiting class coming in. I understand why Dabo Swinney is complaining about this 12-team college football playoff. First of all, this format is going to bring in more money, one. Number two, it's going to keep people's eyes locked onto the TV for this playoff because you don't know who's going to come out a winner because remember, it's one and done. Once you're out, you're out. This is just like the football playoffs. You have 12 teams that are going to make it. They're all going to be lined up against each other. And the team that could have the best record in the nation could lose in the first round, could go out in the first round and not even play in that championship game. This is what you want to see. You want to see competition. You don't want to see, like Florida State get screwed like they did last year when they were undefeated. They were 13-0 last year. And then they don't even make the Final Four teams. This is a chance that you're going to see if there's 3 undefeated teams, they're going to make the college playoff. If depending on your schedule, how it affects the schedule and where the schedule falls and lies, you're going to see some of these teams that are, that have the hardest schedules have 2 losses and make this final 12-team playoff run. So I think it's going to be fun to watch. I think this is going to be more competition. I think Dabo Swinney knows he's hurt in the butt in many different ways when it comes to money, from the NIL deals to the portal, where he's not getting the players that he wants, or he's losing players in the portal, something that he was not losing over the last couple of years. So I think in the consistent way of the way the college football season is moving towards, I just think he doesn't like change. And I think that's why he's complaining.